Rand could not manage to think about the White Cloaks or the Shan-Chan. I have to go back. Have to. He was staring at the Horn of Valir, he realized. They all were. The curled golden horn hung at Matt's pommel, the focus of every eye. It has to be there at the last battle, Matt said, licking his lips. Nothing says it can't be used before then. He pulled the horn free of its lashings and looked at them anxiously. Nothing says it can't. No one else said anything. Rand did not think he could speak. His own thoughts were too urgent to allow room for speech. Have to go back. Have to go back. The longer he looked at the horn, the more urgent his thoughts became. Have to. Have to. Matt's hand shook as he raised the Horn of Valir to his lips. It was a clear note, golden as the horn was golden. The trees around them seemed to resonate with it, and the ground under their feet, the sky overhead. That one long sound encompassed everything. Out of nowhere, a fog began to rise. First thin wisps hanging in the air, then thicker billows, and thicker, until it blanketed the land like clouds. Jeffrem Bornhold stiffened in his saddle as a sound filled the air. So sweet he wanted to laugh, so mournful he wanted to cry. It seemed to come from every direction at once. A mist began to rise, growing even as he watched. The Shan-Chan. They are trying something. They know we are here. It was too soon, the town too far, but he drew his sword. A clatter of scabbards ran down the rank of his half-legion, and called, The Legion will advance at a trot! The fog covered everything now, but he knew Falma was still there, ahead. The pace of the horses picked up. He could not see them, but he could hear. Abruptly, the ground ahead flew up with a roar, showering him with dirt and pebbles. From the white blindness to his right, he heard another roar, and men and horses screamed. Then from his left, and again. Again. Thunder and screams hidden by the fog. The Legion will charge! His horse leaped forward as he dug in his heels, and he heard the roar as the Legion, as much of it as still lived, followed. Thunder and screams, wrapped in whiteness. His last thought was regret. Byre would not be able to tell his son Dane how he had died. Rand could not see the trees around them any longer. Matt had lowered the horn, eyes wide with awe, but the sound of it still rang in Rand's ears. The fog hid everything in rolling waves, as white as the finest bleached wool. Yet Rand could see. He could see, but it was mad. Falma floated somewhere beneath him, its landward border black with the Shan-Chan ranks, lightning ripping its streets. Falma hung over his head. There, White Cloaks charged, and died as the earth opened in fire beneath their horses' hooves. There, men ran about the decks of tall, square ships in the harbor, and on one ship, a familiar ship, fearful men waited. He could even recognize the face of the captain, Bael Doman. He clutched his head with both hands. The trees were hidden, but he could still see each of the others clearly. Huron anxious, Matt muttering, fearful, Perrin looking as if he knew this was meant to be. The fog roiled up all around them. Huron gasped. Lord Rand. There was no need for him to point. Down the billowing fog, as if it were the side of a mountain, rode shapes on horses. At first, the dense mists hid more than that, but slowly they came closer, and it was Rand's turn to gasp. He knew them. Men, not all in armor, and women. Their clothes and their weapons came from every age, but he knew them all. Rogosh Eagle-Eye, a fatherly-looking man with white hair and eyes so sharp as to make his name merely a hint.
Whenever I'm here to talk about an ensemble game, I tend to get a little down. Like many of you, I'm sure I spent my formative gaming years playing Age of Empires on an old CRT monitor plugged into a cream-coloured Pentium 2 powered PC like this one. This exact one, actually. And holding the knowledge of Ensemble's End always makes revisiting one of their classics more than just a simple trip down memory lane. The Age of Empires series in particular is a special one. We often forget the pioneering steps AoE took to shape the genre throughout its releases, and just how much real-time strategy was in its infancy back in 1997. For those who don't remember, you couldn't even queue the training of units in AoE back then. It wasn't until the Rise of Rome where that functionality was added. Over the course of the next 4 years, in tandem with other developers, Ensemble took the genre to new heights and released some of the most acclaimed and influential titles we would ever see. In their case, it was with Age of Empires 1, 2, as well as their expansions. And while the company certainly had more to offer, they were openly conscious of the possibility of stagnating, and wished to avoid getting caught up in releasing stale, repetitive titles. So, amid Age of Empires 2's development, Ensemble began work on their first 3D game engine, which would power their next release. One that would take everything Ensemble had learnt with Age of Empires to create their most ambitious game yet. Founded in 1994 by one Tony Goodman, it would take Ensemble Studios nearly 3 years to develop and release Age of Empires, published by Microsoft. The two companies' first partnership, they would continue to work together throughout their work on Age of Empires expansion, The Rise of Rome, as well as Age of Empires 2 and its expansion, The Conquerors, until ultimately being purchased outright and becoming an internal Microsoft studio in 2001. And we all know what happened 8 years after that. Thankfully, that's mostly irrelevant in the case of this video. The Age of Empires series had sold millions of copies by the time the sale had gone through, and the strategy genre itself was booming, with major hits like Total Annihilation, Homeworld, Red Alert 2, Stronghold, and many more, all coming out within a period of just a few years. And Ensemble was at the forefront of it all. After the booming success of their initial outings, and while Age of Empires 2 was in full development, the team had begun to work on their first 3D game engine for a future title, which at that point was known simply as RTS3. RTS3 had lofty goals. It had to be different, selling customers on fresh ideas while also providing what people had grown to love about Ensemble's flagship series. That game, of course, turned out to be Age of Mythology, and would become the biggest project Ensemble had ever worked on. One that would take over 3 years of development, the longest they'd ever spent on a game at that point, while also having a larger team than ever before. Saying it was an ambitious undertaking was an understatement. It was described by their lead designer as, instead of having a couple of big back-of-the-box features like most titles, every part of the game they wanted to do could be its own unique feature item. New engine, new multiplayer, a much improved campaign, sweeping gameplay changes. You get the idea. Once AoE 2 and The Conquerors had been released, the expectations for Age of Mythology were immense. Those games were met with critical acclaim, even more so than their predecessor, and all of them had sold millions upon millions of copies. Surely a sequel couldn't live up to one of the most confidently designed and well-received RTSs of the genre's history. Okay, so maybe it didn't quite reach the heights of Age of Empires 2, but darn if it didn't get close. The response was incredibly positive from fans and reviewers alike. It got scores in the high 80s to low 90s, won multiple awards like PC Game of the Year from GameSpot, and the nomination for Best RTS of the Year by PC Gamer. The graphics in particular were highly praised, vindicating Ensemble's choice to move to a 3D engine, and joining other developers like Blizzard and Relic in pushing it as the new standard. 1 year later, it was followed up by The Titans, an expansion adding a bunch of new content including a new faction and the enormous titular units themselves, which was similarly well received. And lastly, it received the remake treatment in 2014 in the form of Age of Mythology Extended Edition on Steam. And so you know, almost all of the footage you'll be seeing is from that version. We'll get into that and which is the best version to play today later in the video. But first, the gameplay, and what made people so fond of it in the first place. As the name implies, Age of Mythology is less of an entirely new entity compared to Age of Empires, and more of a close relative. It builds on the foundation laid down by Age of Empires 1 and 2, and adds its own unique spin, if still remaining quite familiar to the same formula that Ensemble had been working off of since 1997. It starts with the game's cultures, which function in an analogous way to the civilizations in Age of Empires. In Age of Mythology, there's 5 total choices: the Egyptians, Norse, Greeks, Atlanteans, and the Chinese. The first 3 were released in the base game, the Atlanteans and the Titans, and the Chinese in the Tale of the Dragon. So while there are fewer options overall, each culture also gets 3 different major gods which have different units and abilities associated with them, which bolsters what is available. There are also many more distinctions between them that weren't seen with civilizations in Age of Empires, with variations on the types of units they can create, the effectiveness and cost of their town centres and villages, and more. Further to all that, there are development paths that continue to add diversity for each culture in the form of minor gods. These are chosen each time you progress into a new age, and each one grants special units, abilities, and bonuses. And this does a lot to help mould your culture to your preferred playstyle. Like in Age of Empires, the core of your civilization forms around a town centre, with villages that collect a handful of different resources used to construct buildings, advance through ages, and train the troops needed to fight for it all. And while that does indeed sound similar to Age of Empires, Age of Mythology does make some key changes to the established formula. Stone is out, and a new resource, favour, is in. And one of the culture's key differentiating factors mechanically is how they gather and utilise that resource. The Norse gain favour through battle, the Egyptians do so by building select monuments, the Greeks pray, the Atlanteans by building town centres, and the Chinese by building gardens. Favour itself is used to train myth and certain hero units, research myth technologies, and build specific buildings. It's also of course used to summon the monolithic Titan units originally released in the game's initial expansion. So yes, it's a valuable and powerful resource. But to balance it out, it is the only resource which has a cap on the amount you can hold. Other changes Ensemble made with Age of Mythology is how town centres, houses, and population work and are affected by each other. Population has seen a small change in that units now take different amounts of it depending on their significance. Villages cost 1, while knights cost 3, for example. It's not hugely impactful, but it is another thing to think about. Town centres can also now only be built on pre-existing settlements dotted around the map, and the number of houses you can build to increase your population is now capped at 10. The game forces you to extend outward and build further town centres if you want to get above that limit. It's a good mechanical way to push players together and encourage conflict, rather than turtling. And ultimately that is what Age of Mythology boils down to at the end of the day, conflict. And it's here that the game sees its most significant departures from its historical brethren. While the core gameplay remains basically unchanged, with infantry, archers, cavalry, and others countering each other in a blood-soaked game of rock, paper, scissors, there is the addition of powerful myth units which inhabit their own class. To counter them, you'll need Age of Mythology's other new type of unit, heroes. These single combatants are far stronger than the average soldier, but obviously come with a financial cost appropriate to their power level to balance them out. These two new unit classes make combat quite a bit more dynamic, as there's now more counters to think about and new strategies to employ. However, even when you are utilising your units and armies to their fullest, like a lot of RTSs, it can still devolve into a who's got the largest blob of troops competition at the end of the day. Thankfully, AOM did do more than just add some new unit types. One of the most significant additions are the God Powers, mostly single-use abilities that can turn the tide of battle when used intelligently. There are over 50 of them, and they're granted to you depending on your faction, major god, and subsequent chosen minor gods throughout a match. Like I said earlier, every age you'll pick between 2 minor gods, and their associated power will be unlocked for you to use. These start out relatively innocuous, with things like increased villager productivity in a certain area, to creating small resource deposits to harvest. But later they develop into often game-defining actions, like spawning a seriously powerful dragon, or teleporting an entire army across the map. There's huge variety between all of the different options, and whether it's giving you just that little bit more brute force needed to break through an enemy line, or eliminating a key enemy unit in the heat of battle, God Powers are a great addition that change the dynamic of Age of Mythology's combat that is otherwise very similar to what was seen in Age of Empires 2. Even today, I'm still really enjoying Age of Mythology's classic, if fairly vanilla flavour of RTS gameplay. Even for the time, it was similar to other competing strategy games, and bore many resemblances to Ensemble's earlier titles. That's not a criticism, rather an observation. It made significant ground on other fronts, with its 3D game engine and unique hybrid setting of historical and fantasy. And the fact that the gameplay supported those new endeavours while also being enjoyable, deep, and mechanically sound is more than enough to excuse not having any genre-defining changes or advancements. And it helps to have the extended edition here to make things a bit easier too, like being able to run it smoothly on modern PCs at high resolutions, as well as having multiplayer and Steam Workshop support baked right in. After the extended edition, there was also the previously mentioned Tales of the Dragon expansion, released in 2016, which I'll straight up admit here, I haven't played it. And you can look at the Steam reviews for the reason why. Personally, I'm not stoked on paying $12 for something described as trash, rushed, dull, and broken. If you have played it, please let me know in the comments if I've made the correct choice yet, but based on everything I've seen, it seems like something that's worth skipping. While we have talked about how Age of Mythology's gameplay builds upon Age of Empires 2's foundation, presentation-wise, I would argue its lineage can be clearly traced back to Age of Empires 1 more than anything else. That's most apparent with its setting, which, while of course is fantastical in nature, is based off the ancient legends of the Greeks and Egyptians, among others, and is set in a similar time period. The art style reflects the game's cultures and is used effectively to clearly distinguish each in terms of their buildings and units. So each of the factions has a distinctive look and feel to them across those buildings, units, and even the user interface. I'm glad Ensemble chose to keep the visual style quite realistic too, and not lean into a more cartoonish, playful art style that I'm sure would have been tempting for this kind of fantastical setting. Age of Mythology still has a quite realistic and serious tone depicted by its graphics, and I think that's helped in keeping it somewhat timeless even today, especially compared to many other early 3D RTSs of the era. I think Ensemble made a smart move by incorporating a lot of high quality 2D elements into the UI as well, particularly for unit icons and other pieces like god portraits. If you look at a game like Empire Earth 2, for example, the developers there used 3D assets in place of static icons, which today look like arse, to be honest. Unless you can hit Warcraft 3 levels of quality for your porthole models, there's really no need. Age of Mythology knew this, and it's aged far better because of it. And that's not even mentioning all the changes brought in with the extended edition. The most noticeable ones being the water, which is a night and day difference, as is the new day-night cycle, and the higher resolution and widescreen support. The effects have been amped up too, and there's some real standouts here. I love how the sun and shadows move after you use the Eclipse god power, and the effect of turning all of your soldiers into bronze warriors with the aptly named Bronze god power looks excellent. Really nice attention to detail. The same applies for the vast number of elemental effects, like rain, forest fire, and implode. Playing the extended release, you'll soon forget that Age of Mythology was originally released nearly 20 years ago, though you'll constantly be reminded of it by the soundtrack. And hold on, put away your pitchforks, I meant that as a compliment, believe it or not. I really love the music in Age of Mythology. It does draw a ton of inspiration from the series it shares naming conventions with, but puts an excellent spin on it with chanting choirs and unique instruments. It's a really great mix of historical and fantastical. Oh, and it has equally ridiculous track names to go along with it, just like Age of Empires. Lastly here, let's briefly talk about the campaigns. While there are some significant advancements made in terms of presentation here from Age of Empires, I still don't think they're incredible. I do like some of it, for sure. I like the more personal tale, and how there's an actual story being told here. There's voice acting, cutscenes, actual characters, a ton more than the book readings from Age of Empires 2. But I found what's there to just not be that interesting. The voice acting isn't anything special and ranges from not bad.
Temos is dead.
And you're about to join him. Can you at least deliver me the army you promised? The passage to the underworld will soon be open, and you know what manner of creatures lurk within.
To pretty not great.
The One-Eye? Gargarensis? The Cyclops?
Aye, he has united the giants, up north.
The animated cutscenes aren't very dynamic except for a few, and they're just not that interesting to look at, and the story isn't very gripping at all. In the base game, you command Arcantos, an Atlantean war hero and high-ranking military man who is tasked with sailing off to fight in the Trojan War. You do some stuff, use the Trojan horse, because of course you do, then you arrive in Egypt, then the underworld, and finally the Nordic lands. Throughout everything, you're chasing some Cyclops dude, and I just couldn't get invested here. Maybe it's just me, but without interesting characters or cutscenes, it's really hard to care about any of this. Especially when I've just come off Dawn of War, which has a really great campaign with some awesome characters, and cutscenes that tend to have a bit more going on. I will admit though, I did like the ending of Age of Mythology, if only because of the spectacle of it all. The Titans campaign is a little better, mostly because of the fact it's far more condensed and feels much grander in scale. I mean, how could it not with the titular monstrosities lumbering around? I mean, look at these things. How could you not have fun? The Golden Gift is a short bonus campaign, which I don't have much to say on except that it's there, and I can't speak to the Chinese campaign since I really didn't want to buy that expansion. All that is to say that Age of Mythology wasn't the pinnacle of RTS storytelling in 2002, and it remains that way to this day. Sure, it's more effective in its presentation than Age of Empires, but in my mind it doesn't hold a candle to games like Stronghold, Dawn of War, Impossible Creatures, Command & Conquer, and many others. I was hoping the mission design would make up for that, but unfortunately it does not. Apart from a couple of standouts, most of it is pretty uninspired and usually amounts to build base here and destroy the enemy something, usually a castle or a monument, etc. You really are playing it for the gameplay, which, as we've covered, luckily still holds up really well. Just don't expect an engaging story or intricate objectives or map design, because you really won't get either of those here. For this video, 95% of my time was spent playing the extended edition of Age of Mythology, released in 2014. While obviously a good portion of it was focused on the technical side of things, there were the aforementioned gameplay and visual modifications that made it more than a simple re-release. It's not quite a definitive edition, but it's more than an HD edition, if that makes sense. In my opinion, this is clearly the ideal way to play. While it admittedly launched in a pretty atrocious state, rife with bugs and glitches, it's at a point now where I personally can't see any point to playing the original, aside from having to pay for a new version, if you already own a disc copy of course. That digital version will run you $30 by the way, plus an extra $10 if you want Tale of the Dragon, which, as we concluded earlier, you likely do not. Either way, I think that price is a little steep. Thankfully, frequent sales mean it'd be rare to pick it up at full cost. It leaves me wondering whether there will ever be a definitive edition of Age of Mythology, like there now are for all 3 Age of Empires games. Honestly, I wouldn't say it really needs it. Like how Age of Empires 3 didn't really need it. At least not as much as Age of Empires 1 and 2 did, which is to say a lot. Age of Mythology still looks fairly good visually, and it's one of the few early 3D RTS games that I personally think has a nearly timeless art style. I think the re-releases of the Age of Empires trilogy are partly in existence to drum up excitement for the series again, for the benefit of Age of Empires 4. So if I had to guess, I'd say Age of Mythology won't be getting the same treatment as its historical counterparts. But I had been wrong before. Thankfully, the extended edition did bring Steam Workshop support along with it, so it's super easy to change up your experience and even make strides forward, similar to what you might find in a hypothetical definitive edition. There are things like texture packs, an improved UI, new units and gods, and some mods were even implemented into the main game, such as this one, which displays the number of villagers you have collecting each resource. Aside from the workshop, there's also the library of legacy mods created for the original game, though unfortunately these won't work directly with the extended edition. They need to be manually ported to Steam, which most of them haven't. Regardless, there is a lot there anyway, and it will definitely extend your playtime if that's what you're after. Before watching this video, you likely knew that Age of Mythology was considered a classic. A great RTS title from a period that was seeing growth and development in the strategy genre. But maybe you haven't played it since then. Maybe you always wanted to go back to it, but were concerned it wouldn't hold up quite as good as you remembered. I hope now you can see that yes, Age of Mythology is as good as you remember. It holds up excellently gameplay-wise and surprisingly well graphically. I haven't seen many early 2000s 3D RTS games age quite as well as Age of Mythology has. And yes, I mean even before the extended edition was released. The fact that that exists really is the icing on the cake. It looks better, plays better, and is technically far more competent in terms of multiplayer and modern system support than it could ever be without it. Its unfortunate Ensemble was never able to capitalise on fans' love for the series, which was painfully apparent thanks to the reviews and sales numbers the game and its expansions achieved. After Age of Mythology, they would go on to develop only 2 more games, those being Age of Empires 3 and Halo Wars, until Microsoft shut them down in 2009. I wonder if there were ever plans for an Age of Mythology 2, and if there were, how far along they had been developed. We know that the first had been in development way before Age of Empires 2 was ever released, so who's to say the same wasn't the case for an Age of Mythology sequel, and Age of Empires 3? It may be something we never know. but with Microsoft's gaming resurgence in the last few years, their definitive editions of Age of Empires 1 to 3, and the upcoming release of Age of Empires 4, I think there might still be a glimmer of hope that someday we will see the words Age of Mythology once again. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing. And if you really enjoyed it, then you can support me directly via YouTube memberships like these lovely people on screen. I truly appreciate it and it means a lot, so thank you. If you'd like to follow me for updates on the channel and future videos, then you can do so on Twitter. There's a link in the description. Thanks again, and I'll see you all in 2021.
Pop a run here. Basically, my goal is to keep all the stats somewhat close outside of... Oh, what is this? Is this going to be Miharu or is this going to be Yuko? Let's find out. Oh, it's Yuko. Oh, here she's going to yell again. She's such a jerk. Yeah, I've decided she's one of my favorites. She's my number 3 favorite. Ah, 今日は俺の誕生日だ。けど、誰にもプレゼントをもらえなかった。Today's my birthday. Nobody gave me a present. 寂しいな。Oh well, music restarts. Because they insert a blank for a birthday event. Whoa, another collision. Oh, here she is, here she is. You get the attention of Miharu Tatebayashi quite early in the game. Quite early, she decides she likes you. Billio Bonkrod, he likes her, obviously. He's the... So Bonky Billio is the Kujo Jotaro to William Bonklin Rodney Jr.'s Jonathan Joestar. In case anyone didn't, or Joseph Joestar. In case anyone didn't know that. Okay, so Miharu Tatebayashi just runs into you occasionally during the game. They introduce her quite early, usually within these first 2 months. And then, afterward, you know, they don't care. You can get her, you can actually date her, it's very hard. There is a date event you can get with her on February 2nd, 1998. You can actually get a date with her. I was actually unable to get it, even though I did end up getting her ending once. So, that's fun. So we've already done enough science to get, you know, we now need to get every stat back up to about the same. We are in danger of popping way too far over with sports, which might, if I pop the guts over 30, we might meet Saki. We do not want to meet Saki, because Saki will make it, very, very difficult ethically to date Shiori. So we're gonna go with art. The beginning of the game is much, much slower than the end of the game, especially when you're doing a planned route. So I studied art for a week. We gotta get some book. So book is good because we're not in danger of popping over to. So is this Yuina or Shiori? Place your bets. Who do you think this is? Who do you think this is? Shiori. It's definitely. I think it's gonna be Shiori. I think it's gonna be Shiori. Shiori, yeah. Ah, you can tell with the music cue. It's Shiori. Oh, her face has changed. Her face has changed, everybody. She's a little bit sadder. She's also wearing her her summer seifuku. So, Sodayo ja osaki ni. We have not been on a date yet. Not been on a date yet. Because I take my time. Okay. It's time for our date with Shiori. Don't worry. I am not afraid of anything bad happening. それじゃあ、木並中央公園でしおりを待つか. Changed 3 different genres of character. Oh, so the music for Kinameki Central Park is really good on the official soundtrack, though it's also incredible in the games. Just listen to this. There's this ambient layer over it. You hear this white noise layer? Man, yeah, it's like the... So we're going to go ahead and just do this the proper way. I'm going to trigger the best dialogue option. I just came now. He's like, well, did you wait long? And she's like, no, I just got here. Well, I'm glad I wasn't late. So did Sampo Demushimazu. Shall we take a walk? Oh, we're gonna walk the tree street. Ikimashou. Yeah, so this white noise layer is really good. So this sun filter is real nice. Like, it's real fun. It feels so wonderful to take a walk on such a street. So now we have the option to say, oh, it sure does feel good, or I get hungry when I take walks, which she hates. Hold on, we can do save states. Hold on, watch this. Watch her reaction when I say I get hungry when I take walks. Ready? She gets real mad. So making Shiori mad is really, really scary, because sometimes she has like an ultra angry face that she makes. That was not it. You can't make her ultra angry here, though she has like a really, really angry face. So that was like her polite anger. She's like her like what's with this guy face. So we're gonna go ahead and say it's like Renai Shosetsu no Ichibama and Mitai da ne. It's like the first scene of a romance novel, which you know what? Like 4 people in the YouTube comments tried to gotcha me over my translation of this line. Like, you say it's like the first page of a romance novel, though Ichibamen means it's like the first scene in a romance novel. How can we trust the rest of the review when this guy used the word botched. He said, when you botched a translation that simple. It's like, I don't know, man, it's localization. I don't know, page sounds better. Yeah, so I got gotcha'd by like, I think it was like 6 different people. I deleted one of the comments and I said, I'm going to delete this for you. I replied first, said, I'm going to delete this for you in case anyone you know sees it and laughs at you. Yeah, it was pretty good. We're going to go ahead. Watch your face. Ready? Here it comes. We're going to have the shotgun ready. Here it comes. There we go. She only loves the cheesy lines because, as we established in the review, she's wildly in love with the main character. Just wildly in love with him. And what you have to do through this game is convince her that you like her too. That's basically what you have to do. And she will not confess to you unless she is adequately convinced that you like her. So, God, the scan lines really make this look good. I'm saying I'm going to release a digitally remastered cut of the video that is direct to Vimeo and downloadable to subscribers, Patreon backers only, and it will have scan lines in it. This is the joke I'm building up to here. So, it's going to be good. How did I get the scan lines? They're just an emulator setting. This is actually, this is the default. I messed with them, and then I just went back to the default ones. So we, book is at 50, exercise at 72. I believe we are over the threshold for Nozomi. So we're trying to get Nozomi, and I think we might get, we're trying to get Nozomi and Ayako. Oh! We got her! We got her! So, what happened when we got Yuina was a special event that I'd never seen, because they divide the meeting events up into enthusiasm level. They take your enthusiasm, like if I went straight for science and got her, I got the enthusiastic meeting. So, Ayako's a bit of a rockabilly girl. So I'm getting the second level of Ayako. I usually get Ayako second. So this, I believe, beautiful. Stekinaya. Here she is. Bingo! She's like, I like painting I like drawing as well. I draw sometimes. She goes, oh, cool. Show me sometime. Immediately. She's like, no way. I can't show people my drawings, she says. I don't show my drawings to people. I don't share them. He's like, oh, so what? You're trying to, Oh my God, he's just being too culturally hip right now. She's like, oh, I'm Katsugiri Ayako. Who are you? She's like, I'm Bonky Billio. Scion of William Bonklin Rodney Jr. Oh. Oh, interesting. We did not have the full hangout in the art room sometime. Maybe I will. Conversation was not fully there. So now we need to beef the sports. Okay, so we got 83 in sports now. Our boy's just, his muscles grow. His muscles grow. I'm gonna go ahead. I don't want to pop trivia too fast. Appearance too fast. It is Sunday night, so we're planning for the next week. We don't want to meet Mio yet, so I want to keep that off. I don't want to do sports for another week, but I don't want to trip over into Mirakagami territory. I think we got her. No, we didn't. So this is either Shiori Ayako or Yuina. It's Shiori. God darn it. Shiori just waits for you after school all the time, and then pretends that she's not really waiting. Oh, look at that face. Is that the face of a girl who wants to walk home with me, even though she lives right next door? Lives right next door? Is that the face? Like, she looks like I've got like I showed up to school with a Hitler mustache, is the look on her face. That's what she looks like right now. I am not. Yeah, people will start rumors. We're gonna go ahead and be a civilized individual. Go ahead and turn that off. So D-Hot is asking, is it just me or is her theme kind of creepy? It is kind of creepy. It sounds like a castle, like she's some sort of royalty on a pedestal. Exercise is at 99. Our boy's muscles grow. God. Alright, what are we gonna do? God, book is lagging. Art is not lagging. Trivia is not. Nothing is lagging. We're gonna go ahead and take a rest. It's possible you can't pop off a Nozomi meeting unless it's during... I'm so confused. Unless it's during a, an exercise week. I don't understand. I don't know where Nozomi is. I don't know where she is. Like, I don't understand. Okay, so... Shiori, Yuina, or Ayako. It's Shiori. God darn it, there she is again. She's always there. Again, remember, canonically, she likes you. As she says during her ending, that she liked you all along, and just, was not... needed to be 100% certain you liked her. Which is a nice twist ending. You know what? Let's go ahead and ask her if she wants to walk home. Maybe asking her is necessary to getting her to say yes eventually. Gomenne, sayonara. Well, you should stop ambushing me outside the gate, you punk. Alright. Friday. 7/7. It is Yuina's birthday today. I believe Yuina hates me, so we're gonna get her a present. You can get her a whip, which is funny. You can get her some perfume, or you can get her a six principles of computing, or six. Yeah, we're gonna get her the book, the computer book. Oh, birthday music. Yuina's birthday is 7/7, date of the Star Festival, Tanabata. Nanika yo. Okay, so this effectively buying her the most romantic present has the effect of, it's like going on a good date with her. Watashi ni taisuru touzen no koi. So Bonky Billio says, I have a present for you, and she says, that is the proper, a proper course of action, for one such as me. I love how this birthday music goes hard with like a verse, chorus, verse. Okay, open it up.
研究意欲が湧いてきたわ。
So she likes being a jerk, though she likes her work more than she likes being a jerk. So the present that is helps her with her research is something she likes more. So bingo! We have not met, so I actually need to get Ayako's phone number now, unfortunately. So when you call... Okay, so that's Yumi picked up the phone. Yumi picks up the phone the second time you call Yoshio every time. So now you've got Yumi has sort of obliquely entered the story now as the girl who picks up the phone because she's Yoshio's sister. So he's always disappointed when you call. After that first time where he's like, "Oh, I'm glad you called," every other time he's upset that you call. And he's like, and then Bonky's like, "Oh, you were expecting someone else," and he goes, "Of course I was," because he's all about the girls. We're gonna ask him for Ayako's infos. Oh, Shiori is a flat face. That's good. She's no longer sad with me. We're gonna go for Katagiri Ayako. Yeah, what do we got? Mimi Kampoji de Mimi Kampoji de. Okay, so she has a lot of friends. She's in the brass band? What? Why? Why is Ayako in the brass band? I don't understand. She's never been in the brass band before. I guess you gotta do something when you're a kid, huh? She's bad at exercise. She has a lot of friends. That's the description. She likes drawing and painting. Has lots of friends. Is very pleasant. And doesn't like exercise. Okay, so we got her. So we're now on to our tests. 48 in humanities. We're gonna get a bad... The humanities test is not gonna go well. The test music is ultimate. There you go. Failed one test. And then I think I should be okay with the rest. Maybe one more failed, but should be okay with the rest. Yeah, there it is. Oh! It's gonna rank me low. Little Castlevania sound there. Ranks me a little bit low. You'll notice Shiori was number 1? Shiori was number 1? Usually she's like number 7 by the end of the game. Yuina is number 21. She got 420 points.
Nice!
Yeah, and then Rei is 18. So those are the people you have to contend with academically. You can very easily get to number 1 in the school exams if you have like over 120 in all of the stats. Okay, so we're back. We're back. It is Sunday. We are gonna go ahead and I believe Yuina probably wishes I was dead. So no, I give her the birthday present, sorry. So we're gonna actually go ahead, we're gonna save state it. We're gonna try to get a date with Ayako. Alright. Bonki videoって言いますけど。Okay. So she wants to hang out. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna see if I can get her to go to the pool. We're gonna try to get Ayako to go to the pool. Could be chill, right? That's good. So she is going to the pool with us. Bingo! Oh, I see. She's like, okay, I'm gonna hang up. Alright, we're going on a pool date. Okay, so my dude is a little beefy. I need to take a break in the game, not in real life. I need to just take a little break because my guy's stats are low. I've had some bad luck with pool dates in the past where I go to the pool and then I get in a fight with some local gangsters, which happens more frequently than... We're gonna try to take Yuina out somewhere. 本気ビデオって言いますけど、最近慣れ慣れしい. She's like, oh, you're We're gonna take her out. Ah, I forgot. I wanted to go for the last Sunday of August. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna reload a save state. Wow, I hate that I've now gotten into that habit. We're gonna try to date Shiori one more time. We gotta date Shiori. We need to get her up to happy face before Christmas. Happy before Christmas. And I'm gonna try to take her to the pool as well. God darn it. What? What? You know what? I refuse to accept that. I'm sorry. She didn't want to go to the pool. We need a date with Shiori. We literally need one. It is not an option. Because this is we did not have a July date, so we need a Etone Gomennasai. You're gonna give me the Etone Gomennasai again? Oh yeah. Doshita no Kyo wa. You wanna go to the pool with me next week? I don't know. Oh, what? I think they just don't want her to go to no pool with me. Let's try to go to the ocean. Want to go to the sea? No, she doesn't want to go to no... Okay, so no dates are available with her. I guess I'm pulling back the curtain a bit here. Let's try to get Yuina on a date. Bonky-kun. Yeah, my name is Bonky-kun, and I'm here to say... let's actually try to get her to go shopping. Oh! Well, I asked her out on a date, and she's not able to go on it. We're going to go ahead and take that, because that does increment a number somewhere. We're going to... book is low. Give me book. Crikey, give me book. Summer vacation now. Reading a book on summer break. Okay, don't go too high, Jerry. He got up to 54. Lord. I don't understand where Nozomi is. I don't get it, Jerry. Okay, so Shiori stiffed us on the date. We're gonna go ahead and see if we can... I reloaded the save state, so asking Shiori out on the date never actually happened. So according to the game, her schedule is actually not determined. So we're gonna ask her to go to the... Oh, see, now she's free to go to the sea. She's free to go to the sea. Okay, we're gonna get down to the sea. Wasureru wake nai yo. Okay. There's no wake for the wasureru, everybody. Just letting y'all know. Okay. There's just no wake for it. I'm gonna make a save real quick. Very nebulous about when you can and when you can't save. Okay. I like the save sound effect. The sound effect it plays. Here it comes. It's pretty good. Alright, so... I do need to... Gotta rest a bit. My Konjo, my stress 54, 63, 57, 116, 57. Keep resting. We're gonna do another rest. A week of rest. It is summer vacation after all. What else is summer vacation for? It's summer vacation is for resting. I'm gonna see if I can get Yuina Himo to go on a date. So Shiori's already on a date with me. We got one planned. Yeah, I don't care. Saikin narenareshii ne. September 3rd. Oh, I love it. Her confirmation that she can go on a date with you is, oh, that's too bad. I'm free that day. Whereas her turning you down for a date is, oh, that's too bad. I'm busy that day. Except she says it with a very different... And he's like, oh, do you want to meet at the shopping street? And she goes, are you giving me an order? Are you telling me what to do? I would localize that as, oh, so you're telling me what to do now? It's pretty good. And he's like, where do you think we should meet? And she goes, where you said is pretty good. And she's like, well, if that's all, I'm going to hang up. And then she hangs up. Good joke. Okay, where we go now? I'm still not in a club. That's fun. Sunday. I'm gonna just keep beefing my exercise or my my health. If I get in a fight with gangsters, my HP is directly determined by my health stat. So, and my strength is determined by my exercise. So I should do well in a fight. So we're going to the pool with Ayako. I think Ayako's the kind of girl that gangsters would try to fight to kill. Ooh! Oh! Bingo! 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 Okay, this song is one of the chillest songs I've ever heard in my life. There's that hat. Oh my god, look at her. She's hilarious, Jerry. Okay, is she gonna speak English instantly? Let's find out.
Good timing. 私も今来たところよ。
Bingo! Alright.
それじゃあ中に入りましょうよ。
Alright, how are we gonna get Ayako here? Not gonna Hayaroka. Oh my god, Ayako's swimsuit. I've only seen this once in all my playthroughs. This is the second time I've ever seen this. Okay, so we got 3 answers. So this is one thing, one of the rewards of this game, one of the extremely... There are many, many, many outfits in the game. And every girl has a whole bunch of outfits, and they're determined by date. You can only go on a date to the pool in the end of July to end August. So... if you can actually wrangle a date with a girl, if you can get a date with a girl at that time, you will be able to see her swimsuit. And some girls are harder to convince to go to the pool than others. So I can now say, your swimsuit looks hot or sexy, and I can say, your swimsuit is cute. Or I can say, you don't look right in that swimsuit. We're going to go ahead and save state all 3 of them. Let's see. We're going to tell her that she doesn't look good, which isn't true. Maybe I should have worn something else. Oh, even that does not get a bad impression. It gets not a very good impression. So we're going to go ahead and say that's kawaii. Oh, so she likes being told she's cute. So, that's the bachiri. We're going to go ahead and... so I can show you sexy, she's not going to respond so actively to. Oh, really? Oh, she's like, oh, don't stare at me. Oh, wow, both of them, both sexy and cute, are... Again, getting her ending was incredibly easy. Bingo! We're gonna go ahead and let it hang on the sexy option. So fun! Bingo! Oh, look at her face. Look how happy she is. Oh my god, it's creepy. Bingo! 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 Oh my god, I love this. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. You guys want to just hang out with Ayako here while I use the toilet? I'll be back real quick. It's not gonna be a long one. We'll be right back. I'm back. How's Ayako doing? So fun! I gotta click back on my window. Matakondo, Renraku Suryo.
それじゃあ帰りましょう。
Soreja kairimashou. Yeah, sure, let's kairimashou, my friend. Okay, so, what are we doing next? What we do next, my friends? Yeah, I got this little bit of a tropical tune. Summer vacation sounds. The sounds of the summer. I don't want to pop my guts. Pop my guts off over to 50. Guts are over 50. Undo's over 120. Uh-oh. I have an answering machine message. Oh, it's Tatebayashi. Okay, so Tatebayashi is now calling me on the phone. She has somehow gotten my phone number and is leaving me answering machine messages. She's like, next Sunday, do you want to, actually, I'll call you later. And then she hangs up. Interesting. This game has some of the hottest tunes in the history of game tunes. So we got our date with Shiori right now. I made a date to see Shiori at the, oh my god, at the ocean. Oh, she looks somewhat pleasant today. She looks good.
私も今来たところよ。
This is a really good tune. Bingo!
それじゃあ着替えてくるね。
Here comes Shiori's swimsuit. Ready?
あれ？何してるの？
Oh, hey, what are you doing? Okay, okay, so you can give her a seashell that you found. Let's see what this is.
遠慮しておくわ。
Okay, sorry, that was a good joke. I found a seashell. I'll give it to you.
うわ、綺麗な貝殻。
Arigato. Daiji ni sunu ne. You're not gonna daiji ni. She's gonna throw it in the trash. Wadito I insho. I don't think there's actually a really good. She's like, I'm looking for seashells.
綺麗なのが見つかる
Like,
と
if
いい
you find a
ね。
good one, give it to me. And that's a Makon Namondaro. We're gonna go ahead and get the Wadito I
う
one.
わ、綺麗な貝殻。
So I found a seashell. I gave her a seashell. Whatever. All right, that's done. All right. Today was
と
fun.
ても楽しかった。
See, I was able to predict what she was going to say. Matakondo sasote ne. Yeah, I'll see if I can sasote you the kondo.
それじゃ帰りましょう。
All right, yeah. Let's carry my show. Okay, we did it. I'm a bit perturbed, my friends, about where's Nozomi? Where's our Nozomi at, yo? It's very strange. Nozomi pops off usually with exercise over 60. Like very early, very easily. Not sure what's going on. Not sure. Well, let's take a look. You know what? We're gonna go ahead and touch a book. Boom. Boom. Wow. A successful week of study. If you can call it that. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Okay, well, we don't really need a date with anybody right now. We don't need definitely don't need a date with Ayako. Maybe I should, hold on, I'm taking a look at my notes. Extensive notes, I have extensive notes. Okay, I'm looking for my Ayako page. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing, eh? I should look at the magazine. Okay. So the magazine presents to me that the new date spot, the museum is now open. So I now have the museum as a date spot. We can buff up the Ayako. I'm gonna actually... Okay, we're gonna actually try to get Ayako on a date to the museum. And we're not going to take Shiori to the museum yet. We need to take Shiori somewhere. I'm gonna take Shiori to the amusement park. Because the amusement park will let me kind of stratospherically boost the date potential. So we're gonna date Ayako as late as possible in September. And if she says no, we just aren't gonna do it. Oh, okay, so she said yes. Excellent, thank you. Goodbye. See you later. Bye. Oh, I see. Okay, bye. Go away. Okay, we're ready. We're back. I'm gonna touch a book. Might pop off. We need to now buff appearance. Appearance has gone down because I've read too many books. And the appearance goes down when you read books. Now we're into the fall music. It is fall now. This is good. Oh! I got punched. I like that punch sound. She just punched me again. Did you hear that? Yeah, so she's just gonna keep showing up, especially while you're pursuing the Shiori route. That's how we know. Okay, so now we have our date with Yuina. Doko de machiawase datta kana. So it's quizzing me about the location, shopping street. I know where I'm taking Yuina. Everybody. Oh my god, so shopping street. You hear this tune? God, it's so good.
別に時間通りね。
別に時間通りね。
それじゃあどこに買い物に行くの？
Okay, so where do you guys think we should go shopping? Clothes, accessories, or yappari shopping to ieba. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna turn up the sound so you can all hear it. Here it comes. Here it comes. You ready? Everybody ready?
さあ行くわよ。
Sa ikuwayo. Wait, hold on. Okay, kill me.
やっぱりショッピングといえばここね。
Yappari shopping to ieba kokune. Nobody translate Yappari shopping to ieba kokune. No one is allowed to translate it. You just have to feel it. Yappari shopping to ieba kokune. Perfect sentence. You want a game to learn Japanese with. No better sentence than that. Oh! Oh my god, so chill. All right. How's that? Does that sound good? Sounds good, right? We're just letting the volume levels go all over the place during this stream. We're just gonna let it be a little bit loud. Yeah, this music is really good. I don't know who composed this. I do not know who composed this. I mean, it's the whole soundtrack is just everybody from Konami's 90s sound team. Yeah, well, there's four composers, yeah, we don't really know which one of them. I think we could probably find out which one did this. I know that Michiru Yamane did a couple of tracks, so those are always good. Okay, so dane. So I can say, yeah, or I can say, oh, it's strange that a girl would like a place like this. Or I can say, this, I just can't get enough of this atmosphere. Which is what I'll say.
あなたにもこの良さがわかるなんて意外ね。
She's like, ooh, it's unusual that someone like you would understand how good this place is. So, that got the right
たま
response.
には息抜きもいいわね。
Tamani wa ikinuki wa ii wa ne. That's true. That is actually universally true. Though I'm not buying it. Kondo mata sasote mo ii
あまり
kana.
慣れ慣れしくされるのも困るけど。
She's like, I'm
Ah, leave it.
She's like, you can't be too friendly with me, because her running gag is that she thinks of you as like her assistant, right? So she acts like you are like her subordinate. So she's like, I can't fraternize too much with my subordinates.
さあ、帰るわよ。
All right, so we gotta keep buffing the appearance, unfortunately. Because the appearance is lagging and it needs to get up over 80, I believe. Oh, Shiori again! Maybe my giving her a seashell. Oh, the face has improved. The face has improved. Okay, so we need a walk home.
そうね。
Oh, there we
お
go.
隣同士だし、一緒に帰りましょうか。
We did it. We did it. She punched me in the back as we walked home. Okay. So 57, 61, 56, 128. Lord! Exercise at 128 is bizarre. 57, 62, 46. What am I gonna do? Okay, so I need a Shiori date. Unfortunately, we're gonna ham bone our way through another Shiori date.
今日は何？
Kyo wa nani? She's not really super excited with me yet. We're gonna try to do Saturday the 23rd. You know what? I'm gonna do a save state here just to make sure. We're gonna go to the Yuanchi. Everybody has. Yes!
いいわよ。
Okay, we got it. 9:23. We're going to the Yuanchi. Nobody translate what Yuanchi is. We'll all find out when I get
忘れ
there.
ないで来てね。
Yuanchi. Alright. She just hung up on me. Yeah, tanoshimi da ze. Tanoshimi da ze. Okay. Might have to keep buffing the looks. Looks or books? Looks or books? What do we buff? I'm gonna buff looks at the expense of books. I'm just very curious at what is happening with regards to this Nozomi situation. We got us a murder mystery going on. We got us a murder mist. Jerry? Don't understand what's going on here. Science, I'm losing the plot here. I'm sorry. It's Friday, but it's a holiday. Friday, but it's a holiday. We got a couple dates coming up. It's 9:15. I don't understand where Nozomi is. I studied a book. Okay, so this has got to be another girl by now, please. Nope. It's Shiori.
あ、今帰り？
Yeah, it's Imakairi, baby. Let's
そう
go.
ね。お隣
隣同士だし。
同士だし、一緒に帰りましょうか。
She's like, yeah, why not? We do live right next door to each other. We might as well walk home together. It would be stupid for us not to. All right. A little bit perturbed. A little bit perturbed. Yeah, Shiori's beating the trash out of everyone else who shows up to try to wait for me. I don't really. There's no other girls in play. I've got everybody in kind of a decent state right now. I don't really need to. A book is at 60. I don't understand where Nozomi is, man. I'm gonna do one more week of exercise and then, or one more. No, I can't do it on a weekend. That'd be weird. So hold on, I have a date with Shiori at the amusement park on the 23rd. What if I try to set up another date with her on the the 17th or thereabouts of October? 15th. More or less, this should be okay. Shopping to Toyeba. I'll take her shopping. No, I'm gonna take her to the zoo. We're gonna take Megami to the zoo later. Okay, so we now have 2 dates buffered up with Shiori. I'm trying to get 3 more before Christmas. I do not believe it possible at all to trigger Megumi by Christmas. This Nozomi situation is hitting me hard. I don't understand it. Where is she? Okay, that's it. We're done. We're done trying to get Nozomi. It's done. It's done. Like, we have to give up on Nozomi. Oh, she's looking happy now. Not happy. She's looking... Yeah, the swim club would be the way to do it. Though also, I'm kind of liking having numbers down. My plan for Megumi is to get her at Valentine's Day of 1996. Which is Shiori's birthday, so maybe that won't happen. I'm trying to get her at Christmas. Okay, so today's my date with Shiori. It is... Oh my god. Oh, which one of these is it? Oh, which one is it? It's the UNG. Let's go to the UNG. Oh, there she is. Nice outfit. Oh, yeah? Oh, wow. She made a little side comment about how, ooh, it feels much like autumn. And he goes, yes, the season of delicious food, as Bonky offers. So, shall we go in? Yeah, let's go in. So, you will all notice there is Miharu Tatebayashi over there, behind the statue. We're gonna ride the Kanransha. Shiori just kind of likes, she really enjoys anything at the amusement park, so, especially the Kanransha. That track, unfortunately, never gets to play. She's like, oh, what a wonderful view, she says. I like her her battle tendency looking headband that she has on. So let's see. She's like, oh my god, so there's 3 responses. Oh! He's like, oh, I was so tired, is one of the responses. Wow. That's not usually, that's not always a response. And then he's like, yes, it was quite a nice view. Or I can say, the only view I had was of Shiori's face. Bingo! That's a bingo. Okay, so we pumped her up. Okay, she's definitely very excited now. Matakondo. Yeah, let's Kairimashou, my friend. Okay, so we done did it. It looks like we're going to be doing okay. I have 3 months to get my appearance up 10 points. Now today is a date with Ayako, and we are going to the museum, because the museum is like a freebie date with her to take her to the museum in autumn. It's just like you trigger a free big date. Big and free. Oh my god. It's like, oh no, we were supposed to meet at the zoo, or oh, it's definitely this place. It's definitely this place, Jerry. There she is. Is she wearing, what is that gold thing on her jacket? Is that like a badge? Is she a cop? Is she a cop? Is she a member of the Circle Police? Alright. Yeah, let's go in there. Circle Police.
That's great!
Oh, that's great. What a wonderful painting. So I can say I'm a fan of it as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's good. That's my bot Cherry. She doesn't blush as often as some of the other girls do.
また今度誘ってね。
Matakondo. Matakondo bingo ne.
それじゃあ帰りましょう。
I like how I said she looks like she's playing bingo. I think that was fun. Let's go ahead and get somebody else. What do we got? Taicho 13, 59, 60, 56. Alright, well, let's start buffing it around, I suppose. Probably gonna get Mio soon. Does not want to route me into Nozomi. Shiori again? Telling you what,
今帰り？
this is really messing me up.
そうね。お隣同士だし、一緒に帰りましょうか。
Oh, we got a little
そうい
side
え
stop at the
ば、もう
park.
すぐ文化祭ね。
Mosugu Bunkasai. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
部の方に遊びに来てね。
She's like, come to my club. But we don't know what club she's in. I don't know what club she's in, Jerry. And this is trouble. Hold on. Let me do a little math here. I gotta look at this. I gotta look up some chart. We need to know what club she's in so that I can go visit her club. Oh, it's oh, I have the Saturn one up here. I gotta get the PlayStation one open. Hold on. The Saturn has they moved the parenthesis on the map. Very funny of them. That's 214. 2. Oh, she in the literature club? She is in the literature club. Lord. So today is Ayako's birthday. I should give her a present. We're gonna give her. So, okay, if I give her Sugoku Ayashige Nahon, if I give her a weird, or extremely creepy book, that's the romantic option. A beret she likes, and then a back scratcher she hates. I'm gonna actually give her the middling present, because I've given her too many positive responses. So we're gonna give her the present that she sort of likes.
何か用？
We're not gonna really.
リアリー？本当に？
Oh,
開け
Riari?
てもいいでしょ？
Yeah, let's do it.
あら、素敵じゃない。ありがたくいただくわね。
Arigataku itadaku. Good sentence. Well, at least she liked it, he says. He makes you feel bad for not being extremely nice to everyone, which is a little bit strange, buddy. So we touched a book. Let's do some art. Honk me on some art. Honk me on some science. Why is my gauge U2 so low? You just kind of want everything to go up as evenly as possible. That's enough of that. I've hurt myself, he says. Alright. So we have a Shiori date coming up next Sunday. We've given Ayako a present, which kind of puts her off. We can get Yuina. We can go a date with Yuina. I just don't know. We're gonna try to get. Oh no! Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. We're gonna try to get a Yuina date. A himo desu. Yeah, what do you want? Hold on. I want to just make sure I've got this Bunkasai thing figured out, because I don't want to mess it up. Just want to make sure. I really am trying to... whatever. So, we're gonna try to take her to Psyche Nananashi. Yeah, I know I'm not a Nanashi. It's okay. We're gonna try to go out with her on November 3rd. I'm gonna try to take her to the arcade. That's good. Hold on, can we try him one more time? I just don't want anything to be messed up here. We're gonna try to get her out on a date. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, 99 is she, I know. Try to get her on November 5th. She doesn't want to go. Okay, she doesn't want to go on a date, though that's good. That allows us to tick a number, so she knows that we're out there. She knows that we're out there. What else can we do? So we're now still closing in. Just trying to keep all these numbers as even as I can. We're gonna do a week of rest, or a night of rest, because now it's Tuesday. It's another nebulous holiday. It's too early for me to try to make a date of a winter flavor. This Sunday, I will call Shiori about another date. So this is Bunkasai, the school festival. So Shiori's in the literature club, so I'm gonna go visit the literature club. So I can choose to invite a girl to go look at some clubs with me, which gets you a free date, which is how I explored that bounteous date that I went into in my review, where I took Shiori to look at the art club, and she didn't want to have a portrait drawn of her. So if I choose to go with a girl, I can choose any of the girls that I know now. And so there are like literally 60 events hidden behind this arriving at the school arts festival, not being the member of any club. So I am going to go alone.
Yo,
Yeah? You okay now? Say what? Oh, she's like, okay, so he's trying to talk to me. He says, the drama club is doing something cool this year. You should check it out. He says, Soka, what should I do? Should I go to the drama club? It's like, no, we're not going to the drama club. We are going to go to the literature club, because we're going to go to Shiori's club, because this basically just counts as a free date. There she is. And so it's they've displayed some of their poems. This is like the most boring club. So her canon birthday puts her into the literature club. Interesting. What do you think? And he's like, I was quite moved. Oh wow, she already doubts the Honto Kana. And he's like, yeah, really? Well, time for me to go home. Well, thanks for coming. I'll see you later. Okay, bye. And that is how the school festival ended. And, very next day, date with Shiori. And, oh yeah, it's at the zoo. Gotta take her to the zoo. God, I love the zoo. Actually, it took her a long time to get ready, she says. Yeah, let's go on in. Oh, she's like, they're so cute, though it's such a shame that they're in cages, so I'm gonna tell her. Dobutsu should be in it. He's... Oh man, this is great. And then he's like... And then one of the responses is, well, it is nice to be able to see them in a zoo, which is fantastic. And then it's like, animals are best observed in nature. And that's just a normal response. Actually, hold on. Oh no! I tried to reload and I got sent way back. Hold on. Not way back, it's decent. We're gonna go to the Bunka. Okay, we're gonna just kill this one. Sorry, Shiori. Oh, it's okay now. We're gonna try to give the answer that says animals suck. And we're gonna see what she says. It's gonna be so good. Hold on. Alright. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be real good. This is gonna be real good. Ready? You guys want to see Shiori get real mad? You want to see her freak out? Because here it comes.
気でそう思っているの？
But do you really think that? Look, that's Shiori getting mad. We're gonna go ahead and
そう思う？
just pop off this good one.
今日はとても楽しかった。また今度こそ。
Kill out Totemo Tanoshikatta. Yeah, they rearranged the options. They moved them around.
それじゃ帰りましょう。
Pretty good. It's fun. One of the many things they rearrange and move around. For example, Nozomi's appearance probability has been moved around quite heavily for this playthrough. Probably get Nozomi next year, in the new year. So, book. So, we don't need to worry about our health stat for a while, even though it's at 28, that's low. I don't think we're going to get in any fights for the rest of the year. Nozomi, yeah, it's a murd mist. I think she's dead. I honestly think she's dead. I think it's something bad going on. Yes, there is an ending for having the worst relationship with everyone if all the girls hate you. Yeah. I got it in for the playthrough. The ending I got in my first playthrough was the worst ending. So let's see. What am I doing? Science? I'm really perplexed at... So we've got Ayako and Yuina are the two girls we have. Sorry, I'm a little confused for a second. My numbers are just so even that I don't really, there's not really... We're gonna just go ahead and do another appearance buff. Because this has to go up eventually. Probably Shiori again, which is good. So, I'm actually now starting to be glad that the other girls are not showing up. So, I'm glad the other girls aren't showing up because it means that I can just keep incrementing this number, this tiny number with Shiori. It's not a huge number that goes up, though it is a number. We're going to try to now get a November-flavored date. A November-flavored date with our friend Shiori Kujisaki. Our Osana Najimi. Let's see how she reacts. Oh, she's still reacting, sort of, not lukewarmly, so to speak. Wait, hold on. Let me, oh, it's still a museum. Okay, so there's nothing else. I can take her to the Movos, which I think is a good thing to do. We're gonna take her to the movies to see that Forrest Gump knockoff. Alright, come on. Kill Wanani, indeed. I'm gonna try to take her to see Forrest Gump on November 19th, 1995. And if she says no, I'm gonna cry for real. What?! I'm sorry, I need a date with her. We're gonna do this right. It is the... it might just not be possible to take her on a date on this day. She's not gonna like it, no matter what. Let's actually do a status check real quick with Yoshio. I'll ask Shiori out next week. Turns out I know just nothing about this game at all. Shiori is still neutral on me. Don't like that. I don't know what to do to get her unneutral. One more date, I feel like, should probably pop her over. I'm gonna do appearance. Okay, we're over 80 in appearance now, which is where we need to be to get into the Christmas party. Really don't think I need to go too much higher. She's still neutral on me because she doesn't know that I like her. She doesn't think I actually like her, as she confesses at the end of the game. She just was never able to determine if I actually cared. And then recently, she always says, recently I realized you really do. So let's see. She's just very skeptical and cautious. She's an interesting girl. Which just makes it feel really sad to get her to actually confess to you, because it feels like you just did work. You just did the work. I haven't done science in a while. Let's just kick science. Okay. Shiori. Again.
あ、今帰り?
Yeah, let's go.
そうね。お隣同士だし、一緒に帰りましょうか。
Yeah, let's eat Shoni Karimashou, my friend. There you go. Thanks for the walk. We honked it on the science. If you get all your rolls good for a week, you might get like a congratulations from someone in your friendosphere. We have nobody showing up in our activity animations yet. So Shiori's not spectating, Yuina's not spectating. No one is showing up to stand. So we're gonna try to get her to go to the movie again, and it's should actually work this time. We're gonna start with the 23rd, Thanksgiving, and work our way back. Akon. Okay, so she is willing to go see the stupid trash can Oscar bait film with me. Yeah, Wasurei de kite ne. Okay, so that is November 23rd. Cutting it like razor's edge close. I just need to get her up to not hating me by that point. And I don't know what to do about that. We're gonna do one more week of exercise and then we're gonna leave it. No more exercise for the rest of 1995. It's Friday, the 3rd. Let's go ahead and see if Yuina wants to go to the arcade. Again, we're just going to keep asking whether she wants to or not. We're not really worried about actually executing a date here. Okay, she does want to go. That's good. Is that an order? Yeah, the arcade music is going to kick us. Alright, we're going to meet her at the arcade. Never take Shiori to the arcade, by the way. Just a little tip for everybody. Do not take Shiori to the arcade. Don't do that. It's really, really sad and scary. She hates video games so much that it feels really ultra dark. It feels like extremely ultra dark that she's a video game character. If you want her to hate you, she can hate you, and then it does not end well. Getting Shiori to hate you is actually the fastest way to get Miharu Tatebayashi. Is just getting Shiori to really hate you. In case you wanted Miharu Tatebayashi. We could do a Miharu run at some point. Let's see. My stress is low. My dude is unstressed.
Hey champ, did you commit treason on Wednesday and you're pretty sure none of the cameras caught your face and you didn't post to social media like the other idiots? Well, I've got bad news from you. As a network administrator, I'm going to tell you about a couple technologies that probably yourself and with you. That is one way.
The water, the whale's tail came up and caught her, all hands to the side, harpooned and fought, and when she dived down below, who made a well Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go for four. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go for 40 days or even more. The line went slack, then tight once more. All boats were lost, there were only 4, but still that whale did go.
Ну, такой Nissan Rachel из Need for Speed Underground у нас получился. И так как нам эту машину оставили бонусом, то скоро вы ее увидите в настоящем крутом синематике, поэтому подписывайтесь, ставьте лайки и всем пока.
Витек, потом все объясню, ничего не говори.
Саня, ну, такой...
We'll decline then. Let me respond. Brennan.
That is my unpopular opinion.
got 2 comments. Someone said that would 100% make.
Brennan.
So help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Bully down the Shinbone now. Sally is a girl in Shinbone Alley. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Sally is a girl that I slight nearly. Bully down the Shinbone now. So help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Way, help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley, bully down the Shinbone now. I found myself out on the street, way, hey, bully in the alley. I found myself with time so free, bully down the Shinbone now. So help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley, way, hey, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob.
Oh, we'd be alright if the wind was in our sails. We'd be alright if the wind was in our sails. We'd be alright if the wind was in our sails. And we'll all hang on behind, and we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all if we make it around the horn. Oh, it'd be alright if we make it around the horn. Oh, it'd be alright if we make it around the horn, and we'll all hang on behind, and we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind. Well, a night on the town wouldn't do us any harm. Oh, a night on the town wouldn't do us any harm. Oh, a night on the town wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind, and we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old, we'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind. Well, another festival wouldn't do us any harm. Oh, another festival wouldn't do us any harm. Oh, another festival wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind, and we'll roll the old, we'll roll the old, we'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind, and we'll roll the old,
A recruiting sergeant came away from an inn near town at the close of day. He said, "My Johnny, you're a fine young man. Would you like to march along behind a military band with a scarlet coat and a fine cocked hat and a musket at your shoulder?" The shilling he took and he kissed the book. Oh, poor Johnny, what'll happen to ya? The recruiting sergeant marched away from the inn near town at the break of day. Johnny came to with half a ring. He was off to be a soldier to go fighting for the king in a far-off war in a far-off land to face the foreign soldier. But how will you fare when there's lead in the air? Oh, poor Johnny, what'll happen to ya? Well, the sun rose high on a barren land where the thin red line made a military stand. There was slingshot, chain shot, grape shot too, swords and bayonets thrusting through. Poor Johnny fell, but the day was won, and the king is grateful to ya. But your soldier is done and they're sending you home. Oh, poor Johnny, what'll happen?
I thought I heard the old man say, "Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Tomorrow ye will get your pay, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is long and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her."
In order to effect a timely halt to deteriorating conditions and to ensure the common good, a state of emergency is declared for these territories by decree of Lord Cutler Beckett, duly appointed representative of His Majesty the King. By decree, according to martial law, the following statutes are temporarily amended. Right to assembly, suspended. Right to habeas corpus, suspended. Right to legal counsel, suspended. Right to verdict by a jury of peers, suspended. By decree, all persons found guilty of piracy, or aiding a person convicted of piracy, or associating with a person convicted of piracy, shall be sentenced to hang by the neck until dead.
king and his men stole the queen from her bed and bound her in her bones. The seas be ours, and by the powers where we will, we'll roam.
Yo ho, all hands, hoist the colors high. Heave ho, thieves and beggars, never shall we die. Yo ho, all together, hoist the
Look back at them. They've started to sing, sir.
Finally.